Back in early March, Cuomo faced a round of strong accusations regarding his conduct as a governor, especially via allegations of sexual harassment from multiple women. Since then, Letitia James has been investigating the matter, and what she released today puts the governor in a very bad light. If you are interested, please check my March videos and analysis. The links are in this video's description. There is no verified time for Cuomo, but of the two possibilities I considered in March, I'm thinking the Capricorn rising chart is likely to be the better fit. But no matter what time he is born, the one thing that is going to be true no matter what is that his natal Jupiter in Libra, and remember he's a Sagittarius, so Jupiter is the ruler of the sun. This Jupiter in Libra is being squared by Pluto even as Eris opposes it from Aries. A morning chart creates a powerful square between Pluto and his moon, thereby making Pluto a planet that can hurt you in its transits if you give it reason to through your actions. And certainly, as I already said back in March, Pluto square to the moon in the 6th house of co-workers, but especially those who work for you, if you're the boss, is a pretty amazing reflection of a man who's also a boss harassing his female employees. Pluto in its present transit is squaring Cuomo's Jupiter, and this square pressure won't be over anytime soon, since all the way through next year it is still locked into that most important planet. And while his natal Eris is not as much of a grizzly bear as Trump's, it does square Mercury, and so it too could bring in tough situations if you give it reason to. And if what is being alleged is true, then this is the Eris revenge in the form of women or groups of women you tried to harass and oppress, and now they're coming to hunt you down. Notice that Eris, in its super slow transit pattern, stationed during the 3rd week of July in a direct and very tight opposition to that natal Jupiter, and it's not going to let go for years. The Saturn-Uranus square currently in the sky is putting pressure on his natal Uranus, which in this case could reflect a prior situation in which he was choosing to do whatever he damn well pleased in terms of Uranian actions in Leo, the sign of romance or romantic activity or romantic attempts, let us call them. And that alone makes for an uncomfortable upcoming several months until those two planetary beasts let go of that one. But after that, they'll work on his Mars via square and opposition, which is no better. And in any case, the hit on his Jupiter all by itself looks pretty devastating. So, even though I could try to be optimistic, and while fully knowing this guy is a fighter and is therefore unlikely to quit his job anytime soon, I'm guessing his career is probably toast. To survive, he first has to get through the stations of Uranus this month, and then of Saturn, Jupiter, and especially Pluto in October. In the context of his particular situation, that Pluto station in October is extremely threatening. And if he's still on his feet as the year is ending, then he has to face another round of Pluto-Eris pressure all through next year, and Jupiter's transit through Pisces from January until May is not going to help him because it squares his sun sign. I suppose, if you really want to look at it in the most optimistic way, you could say that if he's hanging tough all the way to the summer of 2022, by which time Jupiter is in Aries, and therefore trining his Sagittarius planets, maybe he'll escape? I don't know. If you ask me to wager, I'm afraid I would bet against him.